Sorry about the technicalities, but welcome back. We are here live at Smart 24 TV, and this is Smart Means Business. Let's dive straight into it. My name is Kemcha Doreen. I'm joined by my colleague Noah, and a very good morning to you again. Now let's dive straight into the national, regional, as well as international news. What is happening today? Off camera, Noah was still telling me, as I talked about the undertone of this conversation being the men and women, the men and women actually within the workforce that make up the workforce of Uganda. What are the challenges? There has been quite a lot of research right now going on the different forms of GBV, the gender-based violence that is prevalent among the workforce in Uganda. We will be talking about that all throughout until the end of this particular episode. Now, right now, Noah, 51%, you asked me off camera, why do I seem to be looking at women? Most of the times I am a woman, but they also account for 51% of the population. And I believe most of the issues that, that get to impact upon the women, whether positive or negative in one way, get to suck in the male gender as well. So it is imperative that we talk about it, don't you think?
Well, my focus wasn't basically on women. Mm-hmm. My focus was on the term gender discussion. Discussion. Gender-based violence.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think you also among those who are biased thinking that gender-based violence only affects women. There are men who are abused these days.
I think I was very clear when I said men and women because they form up the workforce. But of course, we know that women come up with, knowing that the population findings, the last census said women account for 51%. Definitely, they go along talking even when it comes
to the population of those who are abused.
No, of the population as well as the workforce. Definitely.
So for GBV.
Now, when it comes to GBV, in regards to linkages between economic empowerment and the prevalence of GBV, research findings point out two particular areas where they're saying, according to a program called WINGS program, Women Economic, I believe, Women Income Empowerment program that was up in northern Uganda. It held on a couple of years back within the northern region, and it said in most cases they had a particular finding that those who got or involved their men, the women who involved their men whenever they received money in their economic different activities had a better quality of life than those who did not particularly. Those were some of the undertones of that. But then also, most importantly, was last year, 2023, in which the FIDA Uganda carried out more or less a little bit of research on the market vendors in Uganda. And it said there is prevalence of economic violence, especially against women. A woman will cook, you know the cooks, the Toninyila Mkange, same format, that sort of format. And she will come and give you her the tea and the lunch. And remember, they are paid in the evening. You normally see them going around looking for the monies. And the man will say, Senafuna sente. I have not received any money. And when the woman says, but I need to plan for tomorrow, the man will say, Katoyagala nkole, ogenda kunkola chi? Different responses. Ogenda kunkola chi? Oyagala nkole ntya, linda ko katono. Those are the different things about it, the responses. So we have to think about some of these things in light, because we know sometimes it may be a conversation that you've overheard, but how widespread are these sorts of things happening? I think it's important to find out. Yes, have you witnessed something like that?
Gender-based violence is, I think it's in so many forms. But I think to me, one of the most outstanding things that I would be looking at gender-based violence is how it affects performance in so many ways. Because I think at the end of the day, we need to acknowledge the fact that all genders can contribute to development. That includes workplaces where people have to work as a team. And it's just not okay that you still look at another gender as a prey for you to manipulate, for you to cause havoc, for you to, you know, look at that person in specific ways.
Yes.
You know, look at another gender in terms of sexuality, look at another gender in terms of, you know, inferiority and things like that. So I think gender-based violence, if it has to be addressed, many times I would like to highlight the benefits of considering everyone's contribution with respect and regard, because at the end of the day, history should teach us of where we came from.
Yeah.
That before, you know, women were not considered to be able to do certain other jobs. You know, the army, engineering, so many
that
other
were predominantly called masculine.
They were regarded as men jobs.
Yes.
And over time, our sisters, our mothers have stepped up to show that actually these things, they can do them better than men.
Not even just better, as well as. It's
as
not,
well as
I think the idea about it when it comes to gender is that particular component of I can do better. No, it's not a competition. The ideal, literally, when we come to gender equality,
no, but
is
there
the
should
fact
be a justification in my statement that some of the women have done better than men.
Yes, of course, yes.
So
just
it's not in competition,
yes,
but in justification that what we underestimated is actually we were wrong. Men were wrong. So a number of women have done better than a number of men in spheres, but it shouldn't create a bias that actually women, it should be that we say, you know, this gender is better than the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, they proved that they can do the job.
You see what comes out, especially in light of different strategies such as the male engagement strategy and the different communication principles that are really very key in this. You'll imagine, just as you spoke right now, talking about this, yes, I am very knowledgeable on some of these pertinent issues, but the very first thing that stood out for me is, imagine if you are speaking to a group and you're saying that we have seen there are some who are better. The very first thing that would come is the defensive nature of a man coming in and saying, oh, you're saying a woman is better than me. No, the ideal is basically, can we work in harmony?
But if she's better than you, she is.
Yes, we cannot negate the fact that women are doing quite well. They are very quite effective when it comes to customer relations. They're effective when it comes to engineering. They're effective when it comes to all the different aspects in which they choose to be in. But when we come down to positing and coming out and saying this is how gender equality should be, the reality about it that should be put forth is the harmony first. Is the harmony. If any gender chooses to excel where they have chosen, that is up to them. But the first reality when you're positing gender equality, anything, is the fact that what a man can do, a woman can do. What a woman can do, a man can do. You know? That is the undertone, the harmony. Apart from the biological, let's even cancel that out.
Why even cutting it out?
Know,
because someone is going to misunderstand you. Of course, I need to bring it out. Not what I can do, Doreen can do, and not what Doreen can do, I can do. There are some things that Doreen can do and I can't do.
Let's leave the biological connotations out
all
of
this. Contribute to the conversation. I don't know why you run away from it.
Who said I'm running? Okay. I'm right here.
But
right here.
All these, put all everything on the table regarding gender.
Yes.
And trust me, this has been the cause of the manipulation.
And when we talk about
in the long run,
and when we talk about manipulation,
because you won't just say it's biology and that's all. No,
what
people need to understand how. So in so many ways, I think that complex has come in the way that because a man can do this and a woman can do the other, and it has also been cited as some of the things that women go through, people have taken them to consider them weaker, which is wrong. It's call of nature. It's a call of nature. Yeah.
What do you mean call of nature?
Monthly menstruations of women. You understand?
Make you weaker.
It's a fact that women have gone through a number of challenges.
Yes.
You get? You
Yes.
sounded like those who say
They make you weaker. They make you weaker.
They don't make you weaker.
Yeah.
I am saying they use them like a weakness. You get?
Who exactly? Be specific. Who uses them as a weakness?
Look at the stretch. Look at the stretch.
Noah, who uses these
look at the stretching
as that? Be specific.
One thing with my colleague here is very sensitive when it comes to gender issues. But look at the stretching whereby in workplaces, because I won't look at gender-based violence in a mindset of how everyone looks at it. I want to look at it
that is subjective.
from an information or uninformed point of view.
Subjectively.
So here is the thing: the workspaces where someone is going to lose a job because you go through monthly periods. The woman is going to lose a job because she goes through monthly periods. I would look at that and I'm like, you're looking at it like it's her weakness, but it doesn't make it a weakness.
Yes,
it is simply a call of nature.
And this is why it's very good to actually focus on the causal factors. Why it is not just an umbrella about the menstruation cycle of the woman, but really what makes it such a way that this particular time of the month leads her maybe to low productivity, leads her to absentia from school as a girl child. Those are the causal factors that should be rectified or addressed when you look at it, but not coming up and saying this is the umbrella statement. When a woman is in that time of the month, then she's going to be bound. She's going to be more likely to abscond from work or likely to being fired. But before we get further into that, we've run out of time. Let us just take a short break. When we come back, what we will do is have just a sneak peek into the press, because we should have done that a little bit earlier. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back after this.